Okay, so now that's on. Okay, alrighty. Okay, so we're working with grease. We are cooking with grease. Okay. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. All right, I think I got it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Boom. All right. Okay, so we're cooking with grease. Sorry, y'all, I had to get my stuff together. Okay, great. So I could see here, I could see here. And then where is this Zoom meeting at? Let's bring this up. So let's take me off of here.
Recording stopped.
Boom. And then I am here. Great. Okay, stop. Okay, and then I'm live streaming. Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry. I was really trying to make sure that everybody had all the access on all the platforms to watch this masterclass because it is extremely important. So give me 1 second. Let me just make sure I got my last little, and then going forward, we know how to make this work because, baby, 1 second. I have 17 devices. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so y'all can see me here. You can see me on Zoom, and then I've got another platform over here. Okay, great. So we are all ready to go. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Believe in the End. This is a manifestation masterclass. Really geared towards giving you all of the pieces to really create the life of your dreams, right? To transform your life. We're not going to talk about certain pieces of the process. We're going to go through the whole process so you have everything that you need to literally change your life today. I don't believe that you have to wait 6 months or you have to do things over and over and over and over and over and over again to really create what it is that you desire. I feel like it is I feel it can be an easy process if you believe it is. So we're going to get started. There is a workbook for this course. So if you are not on the Zoom, if you did not sign up through Eventbrite, you would not have access to it. So what I'll do is I will drop the link for you guys so that you have access to the Eventbrite. You can still get your ticket. It's free, of course, but that way you'll have the workbook, so you'll be able to kind of follow along with what we're talking about and really get more out of this event, right? I don't want you guys to just sit here and kind of listen to me talk. I do want you guys to interact. I want there to be something some physical piece that you have that you guys can then take with you later. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Oh, wait, where am I muted? I'm muted on something. Hey girl. Hey, where am I muted? Hold on, everyone.
You're muted
on Zoom? Zoomy Zoom. Gotcha. Okay. Can you hear me now? Perfect. Okay. So we've got a lot to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of dive in and get this thing going. So let me just make sure again, we've got YouTube, beautiful. We've got Zoom, and we've got the TikTok over here as well. So we've got everything together. I'm going to go ahead for the Zoom. Hold on 1 second. I should have added this to it. So I'm going to add I will send the workbook out at the end. Or actually, hold on 1 second. I'm going to put it in the Zoom. And then, like I said, if you're not on Zoom, if you're on any other platform watching this masterclass, make sure that you click the link in whatever platform you're on. Click the link in the bio. Go to Eventbrite, get your ticket so that you have the workbook. It is free, okay? So you don't have to pay for it, but make sure that you go to Eventbrite and get the ticket so that you can get the workbook. And then I'm going to go ahead, for the people that are on Zoom, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys the workbook now. And then we're going to get started. And if you want, guys, just comment where you're from, where you're tuning in from, how you got in contact with me, or where you guys are coming from while I get this set up. And then tomorrow, baby, and going forward, it's going to be real smooth. Okay. Your girl was getting things set up. I'm trying to, like I said, I want to be of service to all of you guys. So I have 17 different things going on so that everybody can be included in this masterclass. And no one is left out. Give me 1 second here. And I will drop it in the Zoom as well. But I did send it to the people that are on Zoom. Yes, ma'am. The people that are on Zoom, you should get an email with your workbook so that you have it. Hold on 1 second, guys. We're almost ready. Okay, so we've got some people tapping in from Arkansas. Yes, we did meet through TikTok. We were pregnant together. Congratulations on your baby girl. And then where's everybody else tapping in from? Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started. And let me know if you guys have questions, right? If you're on YouTube, you can drop it in the chat. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. It says we met in Denver and I live in Houston now. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. But congratulations to your your bundle of joy that you were baking over there. I know that you are going to have a lovely experience as you did initially. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So we do have a little bit of a calendar / itinerary, right? So what we're going to go over briefly is first, we're going to talk about briefly the purpose of this masterclass, right? We'll then go into a little bit about me, my story, why I'm qualified to kind of give you guys this advice. And then we're going to go into the actual manifestation piece. So we're going to talk about the steps that you are going to take to go from where you are currently to where you want to be, right? By creating a new identity, right? By who you're being. So it's very important that I give you all of the steps and I don't start in the middle of the manifestation process, because I want you guys to be transformed. I want you to have results that actually stick, okay? I don't want you to have intermittent manifestations, that come and go. And we'll talk about some of, where I come from and what I've been able to accomplish, but I want you guys to have permanent manifestations. We are going to take a break because I do know that I am a mom. I'm an entrepreneur as well. And I do have a lot of moms and entrepreneurs on here. So I do want to give you guys a little bit of a break if you need to go check on the kiddos or make sure everything is going well in your home. And then when we come back, we'll go more into the manifestation steps, and then we'll go into the homework, right? What you guys are going to do after this class today and tomorrow, and then we'll end with a song, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to pray, okay? Now, I would not consider myself anymore, excuse me, let me get my milk glass. I would not consider myself anymore a very religious person, but I do have religious undertones, right? So this prayer that we're praying, you can change the word God if you want to, and you can change it to universe, spirit, source, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But I'm going to use the word God because that's what resonates with me. This is from the book Happier Than God, okay? This book was recommended by my mentor. It is a book that I have now started to read. But in the beginning of the book, there is a prayer, and we're going to kind of alter it for this event that we're doing, right? So the prayer is, thank you, God. Thank you for this live event and for this life and for the wonder of this moment. Thank you for everything that has ever happened to me, is happening now, and ever will happen. For all of it has produced the perfection of this next breath and the glory of who I am now going to be. So thank you. Okay. So we're going to start every class with prayer and we're going to end with a song. Okay. So the purpose of this masterclass, again, guys, is for you all to, give me 1 second. Where did my screen go? I've got so many things open. The purpose of this masterclass is for you all to become aware and be inspired to shift your reality by changing who you are, right? By changing your being. So when I say that, I mean that your life currently has, you have a life that you're living currently, right? And the life that you're living currently is based off how you see yourself currently. It's based off your beliefs, it's based off your experiences, it's based off of your identity. So in order for you to create a new life, in order for you to create the life that you actually want to live, right, on purpose, you have to create an identity that would naturally express or naturally have that life. Does that make sense? So that's what this masterclass is about. It's about the manifestation process from start to finish, so that what you, the life that you want to live, you become the person that would naturally have that life. Okay, so what does that really look like? And I'll give you a little backstory on me. So like I said, well, I didn't even say it. My name is Maya Simone. Okay. I am stepping into a new identity of M Simone, but for now, you can still call me Maya. I am a creator, visionary, a mentor. I really feel like my purpose / calling is to raise the collective consciousness, right? To wake people up from the slumber that they've been in since they were born, and to teach them through experience, right? Teach you guys through what I've done, how to actually become the version of you that would have the life that you want to live. Okay. So just a little backstory, right? I started in this journey of personal development and manifestation about 4 years, a little over 4 years ago. I was introduced to this material by Bob Proctor. So if you are not familiar with Bob Proctor was the world's most recognized or honored, I guess, teacher in human potential and success and personal growth, right? So he was in the movie The Secret, if you've heard of that. And I actually was mentored by Bob through a program that I was using in his company. But I went to a live event similar to this. And I was really intrigued with what I heard. I was really connected to what he was saying. And it really resonated with me because for me, I've always been someone who has strove or who looks for success, right? I've always tried to figure out, well, why are some people successful and why are others not, right? How do I get on the side of winning instead of the side of losing, right? What is it that I don't have or am not doing that other people that are successful have? And of course, anytime that you're seeking something, anytime you're looking for something, you will find it. If you stay on the course of seeking, you will find. So of course, I go to this virtual event, this live event, and I completely changed. I said, you know what? This is what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. I want to be a life consultant. I want to teach people about themselves. I want to teach people how to be successful. Okay. So at the beginning of the beginning of the pandemic, y'all, I quit my job. Okay. At that time, I was making $51,000 a year. I quit my job. Previous to that, I had purchased a home. I purchased my first home in 2019 at the age of 22. Okay. So I had a mortgage to take care of, and I just quit my job. And I'm now starting a business, right, where I don't have leads coming in yet. Okay. So I took this leap of faith, and I say that and I point that out because that is going to be something that's very important in your journey of becoming this person or being the person that would have the life you want to live, right? Living in faith and actually acting on that faith. So yeah, quit my job. I decided I was going to be a life consultant. I invested upwards of, I think total was $30,000 in my business to become a life consultant. I won't go through the details of that journey too deeply because I do want to get more into the manifestation piece. But long story short, over the 4 years from the time that I started this journey in May of 2020 to today, or let's say May 2024, I signed 2 clients into my business. Okay, I signed 2 clients into my coaching business. Now, I did accomplish some things on the way. I was able to double my income, earning 6 figures at 24. I was able to manifest the love of my life, my future husband, who is supporting me, of course, on live. I'm away. I don't know what that is. I was able to focus and change my self-talk, right? That negative self-talk, that criticism, that was something that I was able to accomplish. I did release 45 pounds of weight, if I'm not mistaken. So I got back down to a little above my high school weight. I was working out. I was feeling good. I shifted my diet. I'm now plant-based, right? So there were a lot of things. There were a lot of things that I was able to accomplish using the material that I had, right? But 4 years later, right, I'm not making the 100,000, right? I gained the weight back, right, and I still have the relationship as well, right? But what I didn't do was change how I saw myself. I did things, I did the actions, right? I got into the doing piece, but I didn't change how I saw myself. I didn't change my beliefs. I didn't change my identity. So my manifestations didn't stick. And that's the piece that I want you guys to, with this class, is to get all of the pieces. I want you to go from start to finish of how you bring the thoughts that you have about the new life into your reality, if that makes sense. So long story short, 4 years, 2 clients, not great results, right? If you look at it, however you look at it, not so great results. Here recently, I have changed my perception of the last 4 years, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But fast forward 4 years later, right? Around the same exact time, I get introduced, or I get more into a woman by the name of Kathleen Cameron. I'm now into her energy, right? And I took a class, a live event that she had. And she's really, really, really honed in on all of the pieces of manifestation. What I was doing beforehand, and what a lot of us see online when it comes to these coaches and manifestation practices, what we see is that most programs and teachers start in the middle of the process. What do I mean by that? Most teachers, most manifestation coaches, most of what you see on the internet, right, talks about what do you want, right? They start with the goal. What is it that you want to accomplish? What kind of income do you have? What kind of car do you want to drive? What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of job? What kind of, relationships? They start with what it is that you want. And although you do need to know what you want, after you ask yourself, what do I want? Your next question should be, who do I need to be to get it? And that is the piece that is missing from most of the manifestation programs and processes, right? That piece, who do I need to be? That is the most important part. Because who you are at your core, who you believe yourself to be, right? Your identity, that is going to dictate how your life reflects, right? That is going to dictate the reality that you have. So you could, and I'll give you an example, of course, because I'm speaking from experience, right? You could have the goal to double your income and to earn $100,000 in I think it's fine. Your goal could be to earn $100,000, in your business or in your life in general, right? You want to be in the 6-figure club, right? That's your goal. So what you're going to do, or what most people do, right? There's 2 types of people, okay? You have the person that says, you know what, this is what I want to do. I'm going to start acting on it. I'm taking action. I'm going for it. That was me. I can do the things, baby. I was doing the things. I was on live. I was reaching out to people. I was creating content. I was creating products. Like, I was doing all of the things. Okay. I didn't have a problem with the doing, right? But then you have the person that creates the new identity, right? So they say, I want to earn $100,000. And they say, well, who do I need to be to earn that? Well, I need to be confident. I need to be extroverted, maybe. I need to believe in myself. I need to believe that what I have to say is valuable. So they change their identity, but then they don't act on it. So they're all in the spiritual, they're all in the changing of the identity, but they don't act in the way that would get them what they want, right? So for me, I did all the things, I had all the actions, but I still had a belief of lack and limitation. I still had a belief of no one's going to buy my products. I still had a belief of, well, I don't know enough. I still had a belief of, well, I can't see the money, so it's not coming. I still had the belief of lack and limitation, even though I was acting towards my goal. Does that make sense? So like I said, I was able to accomplish some things. I had some accomplishments, okay? but nothing was permanent because I did not change my identity. I did not change who I believe myself to be. Does that make sense? Now, let me, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just make sure this is still popping. TikTok, let me know if you guys can still hear me because I know it did something weird. So let me know if you guys are still here. So yes, so I said all that to say, right? Since I've studied, since I've gotten into this energy with Kathleen Cameron, I have done what I was trying to do in four years. I've done in 2 weeks. Okay. So I've been trying to monetize my social media. And I know a lot of you can speak to this, right? Because a lot of you found me on social media, right? I've got YouTube, I've got TikTok, Instagram, right? A lot of you came from a social media, like you found me on social media. So you understand, and you probably have a certain desire as well to monetize your social media, right? A lot of us that get on social media, we create content. We want to make money off that content. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, perfect. We want to make money off that content, right? Now, this is not everybody. Of course, not everybody wants to make money off their content, but that is very common. Okay. So for 4 years, I was doing all of these things, right? I'm not doing anything different now. I'm doing the same exact things I was doing 4 years ago. Okay. But who I believe myself to be now is totally different. I have a totally new identity, right? That I use in conjunction with my actions that have gotten me to monetize my social media. It took the first day that I decided to implement this, I monetized my social media. So I heard it, I implemented it 2 weeks later, and I monetized my social media that same day. I was trying to do that for 4 years. Okay. So what I'm teaching you guys, what I'm telling you guys, what I'm speaking about, this is from my experience. This is not something that I read and that I'm speaking to you from concept like I used to do, right? I used to speak from concept. I wasn't speaking from experience as much. Okay. This is strictly experience, right? The fact that we're even on this live stream right now, the fact that I'm even having this masterclass is from me switching my identity. I came up with the idea for this masterclass probably a week ago, 10 days ago, right? I took action immediately. I didn't sit there and say, well, who's going to come? Well, I need this. Well, I don't have any outfits. Well, my hair is not done. Well, this is not the one, the hair is done. But I didn't give myself excuses of why I wasn't ready. Okay. I took the action believing that what I had to say was valuable. Does that make sense? So that's a little bit about me, right? I'm coming from 4 years of doing X, Y, and Z with no permanent results to implementing what I'm telling you guys. And then within 2 weeks of implementing this, my life has changed dramatically. When I tell you guys it's moving fast, things are happening very rapidly for me. And in that, my purpose/calling is to bring anybody that wants to come with me. And that's what these master classes are for. Okay. So let's get into the steps of manifestation really quickly here. And we're going to go through these, not too detailed, but I'm going to give you exactly what you need to implement what I'm telling you tonight. Okay. So you can do this right now with what we're going to go over. Okay. So in the manifestation process, right, there are 4 steps. There are 4 steps that you go through to bring what you believe in your mind, to bring your thoughts, to bring that picture that you see, that dream life. There's 4 steps that you take to get that dream life from in your head to in your hand. When I say in your hand, that you can see it, feel it, experience it in your 3D world. Okay. So the very first step, so I remember I told you guys, most people start with the goal. What is it that you want? Okay, what do you want? Right? But once you ask yourself what you want, you need to ask yourself who you need to be to get it. So let's talk about the being. The first step in the manifestation process is self-awareness. Okay? If you decide that you want to be a millionaire, you decide you want to bring in $1 million into your bank account through whatever way, right? You have to ask yourself, who do I need to be to have that $1 million? Because what you want to realize is the person that you are today has the life that you have today. So the person that you are today is not going to get you to that $1 million. If it was going to get you to the $1 million, you would have already done it. Does that make sense? If your identity was in harmony with $1 million, you would have $1 million. Your identity is in harmony with $50,000 because that's what you earn. And what I want you guys to understand is I use money, right? Because money is calculable. When I say calculable, you can count down to the penny, right? How much money someone has. And typically, right? Typically, the more money you have, the better your standard of living. Now, that is not a foolproof statement, but it's for the sake of what we're talking about, right? We're going to use money because you can calculate it, and you would agree that somebody that earns, let's say, $1 million a year probably has a better or higher or different, more elevated standard of living than someone who earns 30, right? We can all agree on that. So that's why I use money. The person that is a millionaire, right? They have certain beliefs and they see themselves a certain way. So when you say, I want to be a millionaire, I want to earn $1 million, your next question is, who do I need to be? And that's where the self-awareness piece comes in. You have to know who you are currently. You have to be aware of yourself currently to change who you are currently, right? You can't create a new belief if you don't even know what your current belief is, right? What are your beliefs around money? Were you taught that money is the root of all evil? Were you taught that money doesn't grow on trees? Were you taught that we don't got McDonald's money? Were you taught that you work hard for money? You go to a job to earn money? Were you taught that hard work is the key to success? Right? If you were taught these things, you have certain beliefs. And those beliefs then dictate how your life is produced or how your life is expressed. Okay? So someone who's a millionaire doesn't believe that money doesn't grow on trees. Someone who's a millionaire doesn't believe that that money is the root of all evil, right? Someone that's a millionaire, right? And this is something that I'm embodying, which is why I'm speaking from this experience. Now, that million is not in my bank account yet, but it's on the way, okay? So I'm going to speak as if it's already there. The beliefs that someone who is a millionaire has or who wants to earn or bring in $1 million, right, is that earning money, or let me not even say earning, receiving money is easy. I don't want to earn it. That sounds hard. That sounds hard. Like I got to earn it. I have to show my worth to get it. I don't want to do all that. I want to receive the money, to give, and I want to receive. That's what I want to do. Okay. So I receive money through multiple sources, right? When I circulate money, money comes back to me, right? When money is God in action, right? Everything that I do comes back to me. These are some beliefs that people who have money to circulate have. Those are the beliefs that they embody, right? That money is a good thing. And we are going to have a masterclass specifically around money, because I know that even for me and from people I've spoken with and from my experiences, money is a topic that is kind of, we get a little tense when it comes to money, right? Because we feel as though we need it. And if there's a need for something, if you don't have it, that creates lack and limitation, okay? So when I say self-awareness, we've got to understand how we got to where we are today, right? We need to know who we believe we are. And you have to be truthful with yourself. You have to be truthful, because you can try to lie to yourself, but you can't lie to God. You can't lie to spirit. You can't lie to the universe. You can't lie to source, okay? You have to be honest. Look at your situation and determine what your beliefs are. Ask yourself the questions, like even in the workbook, right? In that workbook, we have some questions that are going to get you thinking about why your life is the way it is and how we can make it where we want it to be, okay? So the very first step in all of this is self-awareness. Who am I? Okay? You are not your body. You live in your body. Okay? That is a very, very important belief to have. That you are not your body. You live in your body. Okay, Maya. Well, if I'm not my body and I live in my body, then who am I? Right? Who are you? So that's why I say that we have to get to the self-awareness piece before we can even think about what we want. Babe, who are you? Do you know who you are? Right? At your core, not who people have told you are. Not I'm a mom, I'm a I work in insurance, I'm a sister, I'm a community member at my church. Not these labels that the world has put on you that you've taken as your own. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about who you are at your core. Okay? So, first step is self-awareness. Analyze your beliefs. Why do I believe this to be true? And is it true? And does it serve me? Some of your beliefs serve you. If you believe that everything you do confidently and you prevail, you make shit happen, that's a great belief. That belief serves you. Okay? If you believe that what I have to say is valuable, people listen when I speak. If you believe that, that is a belief that's going to serve you. But then again, if you believe that money doesn't grow on trees, if you believe that you have to work at a job to earn money, if you believe that what your outer world tells you is true, those would be beliefs that may hinder you. Okay, so self-awareness is the first piece. We want to understand who we are, who do we believe ourselves to be, what are our beliefs, how do we see ourselves, how do we feel about ourselves. Okay, your identity today has a feeling. I told you guys that last year, or in the 4 years that I was a life consultant and I was teaching this material, I signed 2 clients into my business. Okay, I was taking the actions. I was reaching out to people every single day to talk to them about my business. Okay, but who I was in my head, the beliefs that I had, the energy, the feeling of my identity was lack and limitation. The feeling was nervousness. The feeling was I'm not enough. The feeling was they're not going to buy. The feeling was insecurity, right? The feeling was the feeling of failure. Okay, you cannot lie about your feelings. You may say something that's different from how you feel, but the energy that you give off, the feeling that you have, your identity has, people catch on to that. Okay? And not only do people catch on to that, you're going to attract people that have that same energy, that same feeling. So in my business, I was showing up as a mentor. I had the feeling of lack of limitation. I was then releasing that feeling, or that's the feeling that I was giving off. And those people that had that same feeling, the people that resonated with that feeling, those were the people that came to me. Those were the people that I spoke to about my business that never signed up. Do you guys see how that's different? So I was doing the things, right? But I was still the same person. I still had the same identity as the old Maya. Okay. And the energy that I was putting off is the energy that I received back. Okay. So, and I'll speak briefly probably tomorrow about how I have shifted my perspective and my way of thinking about the last 4 years. But for the most part, right, I did not see the last 4 years as a success for me. How do you change that mindset and that energy? We're going to talk about that. So that's going to be step 3 when we talk about the intellectual mind, right? But the first step is we just want to be aware. We just want to know that it exists. I just need to be aware of who I am being. Okay. Once you create that awareness, right, you need to once you create the awareness of who you are, what your beliefs are, right, how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. Once you get there and you're aware of it, okay, these are the beliefs that I have that I want to change. Your next step in the manifestation process is to get into spirit. Okay, get inspired. In spirit, inspired. Okay, what does that mean? I told you guys earlier that you do not live, you are not your body, you live in your body. You guys remember me saying that? You are not your body, you live in your body. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean that I am not my body, I live in my body? Okay. You, who you are at your core, you are spirit. Spirit, source, God, universe, infinite intelligence, whatever word resonates with you. You at your core are a spiritual being. Okay? You are a spiritual being. What does that mean? That means that you are a piece. You are a part of source. Okay. I will use God. I will also use spirit when I talk about this, but whatever language makes you feel good. I don't want you to be turned off by the language, right? Because it's about your belief. What does God believe mean to you, right? What does source mean to you? Okay, so use whatever word you want to use. But you guys have heard that saying, and maybe you haven't, but some people have heard the saying, right, that you're created in God's image, right? Right, like you are created in the image of the Creator, right? That means you have the powers of the Creator. If you are a part of something, right? If you are a part of something, that means you are that something. Okay. So when I say that you want to get into spirit, you want to connect with your oneness. You want to really understand and really believe, I'm not doing this alone. Some people believe that they're doing these things alone. They're living life alone. They're the only, they create their reality. They don't have any control over it. Everything is already set in stone and they're just going down the path. Some people genuinely believe that. Some people believe that they have to make things happen on their own, right? So what the second step, being spirit or getting in spirit, is for you to connect with your oneness. And we do have some questions in the workbook that'll help you do this as well, right? And some exercises that we'll talk about. But you want to understand and believe and feel as though you have help. Okay? When you're trying to change your life, manifest a new reality, to do it by yourself, it feels hard. It does. It doesn't sound like something I want to do. I don't want to change my reality by myself. I would love to tap into a higher power, right? That makes all that creates all there is, and use that higher power to help me get to where I want to go. Does that make sense? So when I say get into spirit, right? Get inspired. You can do that through music, right? You can do that through meditation. You can do that through visualization, right? You can get into the spirit of having what it is you want to have before you have it. Okay. The feeling, the belief precedes the manifestation. Okay. The feeling that you are successful precedes the reality of you being successful. Does that make sense? So if you don't have, you have to have the belief first. You guys have probably heard the saying, seeing is believing. Okay. Has anybody heard that? Seeing is believing. And then, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second, y'all. Let's see what's happening down here. I think we're good. We're good. I just want to make sure there was like nobody in the waiting room. That could be crazy. Okay. Right. So we've heard this saying, seeing is believing. Okay. I don't believe that. And I would encourage you to shift your belief around that. Because if you're saying that seeing is believing, you have to see the physical manifestation of what you want before you believe it's going to come to you. That's what that means. That means, nah, Maya, I need to see the money in my bank account before I believe it's coming. Oh, no, babes. This is how it works. It doesn't work like that. You don't see it first and then believe it later. That's not how it works. That's backwards, right? You believe it first. You get into the spirit or get into the feeling of having it first, and then you see it. Okay, so believing is seeing. Seeing is not believing. When you believe something is true, right? When you hold the feeling that something is true, you will then see it. And then that, of course, amplifies your belief. But you have to have the belief first. So when I say that you're getting into spirit, you're getting into the feeling of having what it is that you desire. Now, very briefly, I'm going to talk to you guys about what this looks like. And then we are going to take a break. Okay. So we're going to probably take a 5 to 10 minute break. Like I said, if you have anything you want to get, go ahead and do that. Everybody that's still on the lives or the streams, whichever one you're on, if you want to drop a comment to let me know if you have questions, then I can answer those when we get back. But we'll take a 5 to 10 minute break here shortly. And then, well, did I lose my train of thought? What was I talking about, y'all? Getting into the spirit, believing is seeing. Oh, so how do you, without seeing it, without actually having it, how do you create the feeling of having enough? Right? Because a lot of people walk through life, myself included previously, walked through life as if I didn't have enough, as if I didn't have what I needed. Okay? I go to the grocery store, right? I gotta buy groceries. It's $200. I'm mad because I gotta pay $200 for groceries. Babes, do you have $200 for groceries and you're upset? When we pay our bills, okay? When you pay your bills, you say, oh, I got to use this money to pay this bill. Or are you grateful that you have bills to pay? Like you have electricity, you have a roof over your head, you have a car to drive, right? A bill is just someone saying, you know what? I trust you enough to give you this product, to give you this service ahead of time. And 30 days later, I'm going to ask you for payment. There's nothing wrong with it. That's a normal thing that you can also be grateful for. Okay? Because some people don't have bills. Some people don't have power to pay for. Some people don't have a home to pay for. Some people do not have a car note to pay for. Does that make sense? So when I say you want to get into the spirit of having enough, what you want to do is you want to create an inner sense of plenty. An inner sense of plenty. Okay. And we're going to have some homework exercise, or a homework exercise that I want you guys to do to be able to do this. Preach. Exactly. What you're going to do, what I want you guys to do, and you can do it on your break, right? Because we're going to take a break probably about 4 minutes. When you get on your break, I want you to look around your home. I want you to look around your house. And I want you to look at and find all of the plentiness, all of the abundance that is in your house. You know you had to use the money to get that stuff, right? All those towels that you have, all the toilet tissue, all the food that you have in your fridge, all the water that comes out of that faucet, all the books that you have, the sheets on your bed, the shoes you wear, the socks you wear, the clothes you wear, baby, we could go down the list, okay? You live in abundance, and money paid for that abundance, whether it was your money or somebody else's money. Money paid for that abundance. So when people come to me and they say, well, Maya, I don't have the money. How do I feel like I have the money? You do have the money. The money is all around you. Now, it might not be in money form. It might not be in your bank account. But everything around you was purchased by money. Does that make sense? So on our break here shortly, I want you guys to get into the spirit of abundance by looking around your house and really seeing how much you have. All that furniture, money paid for that. Your animals, your pets, money paid for that. The shoes on your kids' feet, money paid for that. Right? Your outfit, money paid for that. Whether you got 2 shirts in your closet or 57 shirts, okay? You live in plenty, okay? So that's what the first 2 steps are all about. We got to start with self-awareness and getting into the spirit before we can even think about the goal. Yeah, I want you to think about what you want. Absolutely. But before we get into it and we start to write down and figure out what we want, who do I need to be to get that? Who am I currently? How can I get into the spirit of my new identity? Right? How can I get into the spirit of feeling that I have enough? Okay? So that's what I want you guys to do on this break. I want you to look around your house and I want you to find plenty. I want you to find it. I want you to say, oh my, and I'm not telling you guys anything that I don't do, that I haven't done, that I'm not doing from experience. I want you to, I'll read that comment in 1 second. I want you to, throughout the day, this is something that I do. I say, you know what? I got plenty cups. I got plenty socks. I got plenty paper. I got plenty pens. I got plenty this. Plenty. I want you guys to make that something that you do every single day, is that you find the plenty. And it could be the same thing. You can say you got plenty toilet tissue every day. I don't care. Whatever is plentiful, I want you to find it. And I want you to point it out to yourself. I don't know what that is. And it says, I like that. My sister bought a house and she was upset. She dwindled her savings, but you're right. Exactly. You, and this is something we'll talk about very, very briefly. When you circulate money, you are being abundant and prosperous. Think about this. If you have $50 in your bank account and you hold on to it, you can't get shit else. You can't do anything. You have $50 in your bank account that is not doing anything. It's not working for you. It's not circulating. You're not giving to then get, right? You have to give to receive. So if you hold on to your $50 so tightly, you can't get any more. But if you give that $10, you have now just allowed somebody else to take that $10 and circulate it for their family. They're then going to circulate the $10 for somebody else's family. And what happens when you give? You get, period. There's no conversation about it. What you do, how you act is what comes back to you. So when you circulate money, you are actually being abundant. Like that's what it means to be prosperous. If your money's sitting in your bank account, you don't feel prosperous. You're not doing anything with it. You don't have any experiences. You're not utilizing it, right? Money is God in action. Okay. So I said all that to say she could see all of her money right in front of her. It went nowhere. Babes, got a whole house. Money just sitting in front of you, just abundant, just plentiful. I know that house got rooms. I know it's got bathrooms. It's got doors. It's got windows. It's probably got carpet, floor. You are literally in a state of plenty, just like that, right? In an inner sense of plenty. So yes, I want all this good food we have, period. All the food that's in your fridge. You have so much currently that you can create an inner sense of plenty without seeing the money in your bank account. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break here. Okay. So it is 11:57. We are going to come, yes, 11:57. So we're going to come back at 12:05 Central Standard Time. 12:05. Okay. 12:05. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to pause the TikTok. I don't know if I can pause the other ones. Y'all know this is my first time doing this, but we're going to come back at 12:05. Okay. So get some water and see how much water you got coming out that faucet or out of the bottle, however you're going to get it, and look for, right, and feel the inner sense of plenty, right? Feel that you are living in an abundant environment, because you absolutely are. Okay. So 5 minutes. We're going to come back. I'm going to pause. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's broke. I'm going to pause this here. Okay, so that's paused. And we're going to be back, YouTube and Zoom. We're going to be back at 12:05. Okay, so just make sure you guys come back. However you're watching this, just come back at 12:05 and we'll get back into it. And we'll go into the last 2 steps of the manifestation process. And we'll talk a little bit about the homework. Okay. I don't know how to do it on YouTube. I don't think there's a pause button. So I might just have to leave it. I don't know. What's this button mean? I don't know. I'm going to leave that. And then for Zoomy Zoom, I'm just going to stop the video for a second. Okay. All right, you guys. We'll be back 12:05. Get some water. Get comfortable. Find that inner sense of plenty so that we can move into the next 2 steps. Okay. I'll be back. I guess I'll just take this down. Yeah, that looks good. Earner. Uh-oh. Okay, why did my live end? Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me get back on live real quick. Let's just make sure. And you guys still have 2 minutes. Okay, so there's no rush. I don't know why my TikTok live went down. I'm not sure what happened there, but we're back. And just let me know, like I said, guys, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. We are going to have a Q&A session tomorrow. I believe about 20-30 minutes. Tomorrow we're going to have a Q&A session. So most of the questions I will answer, a few of them today if we have the time. But most of the questions we will have on, they will be answered tomorrow when we do our Q&A. But you guys still have 1 minute left on your break. So like I said, I'm just coming back, but you're still good. If you're still on break, we have a minute and we're going to hop back in here and we're going to go over the last 2 steps of the manifestation process. Okay. How are we feeling? How are we feeling so far? Any questions, anything that you guys want me to clarify? Because I will, tomorrow is going to be more for, and we'll talk about that later. We're going to review a little bit of the homework, do Q&A, and then we're going to talk about a very, 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 very special announcement. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a couple moments to hop back on here. And all 18 of my phones. I have 7,000 phones. It's literally crazy. Abundance, plenty. I got plenty phones. Okay, let's be clear. Do I even have YouTube? Oh, here we go. Okay, we're at 12:05. All right, so we're back. So before we had our break, right, we talked about the first 2 steps in manifestation, right? The awareness piece and the spirit piece, getting into the spirit, right? Getting into the belief, the feeling of I am enough now, right? I have what I need now. Okay. So how is that exercise for you guys, right? Leaving, like actually going around your house and seeing how much you actually have. Does that make you feel abundant, right? Do you feel like, oh, I do have a lot. I do have a lot. I got a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff, right? That's how you're going to create that inner sense of plenty. Even if you do not see the funds in your bank account, you can still create an inner sense of plenty. Okay. And if you have an inner sense that you have everything you need and it's always given to you, you will start to act, right, on that feeling. That's what the energy you're putting out, and that is what you're going to attract. Yes, I have some expensive stuff. I got to be rich. Exactly. Period. Okay. We were all born rich. Some of us were just born a little short of money. Okay. So we are going to go into the next 2 steps. So once we become self-aware, we figure out these are the beliefs I have. These are not serving me, right? This is how I feel about myself. This is how I see myself. Once we are aware of who we are today, right? We're going to get into the spirit. Right. You could, like I said, you could do that through music. You could do that through podcasts. You could do that through meditation, visualization. Right. There's a lot of different ways that you can get into the spirit. Right. Get inspired. Get into spirit. Okay. Once you get into spirit, once you're in that feeling of connected with your oneness, I can do anything. I have everything that I need. God always delivers. Everything I want, I get. I am powerful. When you are in that feeling, in that spirit, right? Your next step is to get into the intellectual mind piece and the emotional mind. And this is where most manifestation programs started. The program that I used for the first 4 years of my journey and that I used with my 2 clients, right? That's where that program started. And we were, like I said, I was able to achieve results. Both of my clients had tremendous success, right? But the key pieces that would have kept our manifestations permanent, that would have kept us in the feeling of having it all, those 2 pieces were missing. Okay. So when it comes to the intellectual mind piece, what we want to do in this piece is we want to get clear on who this new version of us is, right? The best version of ourselves. So in this example, right, we talked about, okay, I want to be a millionaire. I want to receive $1 million into my bank account. That's what I want. Okay. Who do I need to be to get that, right? Or who am I currently? Currently, I believe money doesn't grow on trees. Currently, I believe you have to save money just in case something happens, right? I believe that I have to go to work for money. Those are my current beliefs, okay? Now, how can I get into the spirit of a millionaire, right? A millionaire probably feels as though they are living in abundance, right? They have all that they need, all that they desire. So how can I cultivate that? How can I get into the spirit of being a millionaire? Creating an inner sense of plenty, right? Meditation, visualization, guided podcast, okay? So once we get into the spirit, right, we're feeling like I'm ready to change my life. I'm inspired. I'm feeling connected. I'm ready to take some action. I'm ready to do something, right? The next step that we're going to take is we are going to now create the new beliefs, okay? So here are some beliefs that I've created over the last, and it's actually on that phone, but hopefully I wrote some down. Here's a few beliefs that I've created over the last month. Okay. And I told you guys, as soon as I got into this material, within 2 weeks, I monetized my social media, and I've been trying to monetize the social media for 4 years. Okay. So I have some new beliefs, and they are serving me well. Okay. One of the most powerful beliefs that I have currently, right, is that I am powerful. Everything I want, I get, and God always delivers. I am powerful. Everything I want, I get, and God always delivers. Okay. That is one of the beliefs that I have currently. Okay. The belief I had before, right? The belief that I had previous was, I don't have enough. When I look at my bank account, it's always going down. I'm gonna tell you guys this really quickly, and I'm gonna get back on topic. A belief that you can take that will tremendously move you forward when it comes to your bank account and what it looks like. This is a belief. I don't know where I got this belief. I've had it for a little bit, but this is a belief I'm now acting on as if it's true. When your bank account goes down, when the number in your bank account goes down, you had $10,000, now you got $5. You had $10, now you got $5. You had a dollar, now you got 50 cents. When the number on your bank account goes down, that is only an indication. It only indicates, it does not indicate anything else. It only indicates that it is going to go back up. That is it. Accept that belief. When the number in my bank account goes down, it is a sign that it is going to go back up. That is it. It doesn't mean that I'm less than. It doesn't mean I don't have any money. It doesn't mean that I now can't pay my bills. It doesn't mean any of that. When the number goes down to your bank account, it means it's going to go back up. That is a belief that you should have. I would create that belief. I would create that belief in myself that every time my bank account goes down, it is only an indication that it is going to go back up, that money is going to come back in. Earlier, before we had our break, we talked about one of the comments was that someone's sister bought a house and then she was sad, or she felt some type of way because her savings went down. Okay. When she took that money out of her bank account, when the number went down and she invested in a home, right? That then meant that the bank account is going to go back up. Now, think in this example specifically, what if that house appreciates in value? What if the house was $100,000 when she purchased it and now it's $200,000? So she put $10,000 into this house, and now it went from $100,000 to $200,000. So when she sells that house, if she decides to, bank account has gone up. Now that's a specific example just because that's what someone mentioned, right? But when you circulate money, you are being of God. You are in service. You are doing good when you circulate money. Okay, that's another belief. So what you're doing in the intellectual mind piece is you are saying, what beliefs would serve me? What beliefs would get me to this $1 million income, right? How would I feel about myself if this were true, right? How do I feel about my new identity, right? Because your identity currently has a feeling. right? Your identity right now has a feeling. The feeling could be lack of limitation. The feeling could be insecurity. The feeling could be anxiety. The feeling could be depression. The feeling could be um, um, doubt. The feeling could be worry. There's a feeling that is associated with how you see yourself. So, what feelings would serve us? Feeling empowered, right? Feeling close to our oneness, feeling inspired, feeling abundant, right? So, what beliefs can we have that then propel those feelings? Okay, so that's what the intellectual mind piece is. This is where you sit down, you use your conscious mind, and you say, what would I love? What beliefs would serve me? What feelings can I embody that will then get me where I want to go? Okay, so you're going to look at your current beliefs, and this is something you'll do in the worksheet, the workbook. You're going to look at your current beliefs, right? Who do I believe myself to be currently? And now, who do I need to be to create this $1 million in my bank account? Who do I need to be to receive this? Now, let me say this. This is very important. I think people get this misconstrued. Okay. Money is energy that you exchange for service you provide. Okay. Money is energy that is exchanged for service you provide. What does that mean? If someone receives $1 million into their bank account, they provided a service that's worth that $1 million. Okay. If somebody, let's say you work at, and this is not a knock, let's say you work at Chick-fil-A, right? You are providing a service, right? The service you're providing is you're providing people with, let's say, nutritious foods that, keep them connected with their family, something like that. That's the service that you're providing, and there's income that comes from that. You get money based off that service that you provide, right? The law of compensation says, and the intellectual mind, that's where you get into the laws of the universe. And we're not going to go deep into that. I'll have a separate masterclass specifically for the laws. But one of the laws is the law of compensation. And the law of compensation says the amount of money you receive is in direct proportion with the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. So let's talk about that real quick. Let's use my profession or my calling purpose, and let's use Chick-fil-A. So you have a cashier at Chick-fil-A and you have a manifestation mentor. Okay. Two different levels of service. The cashier is providing the service of food and beverage. I am providing the service of transformation. Okay. The need for what I do is extremely high. Okay. Everybody needs what I offer. I believe that. I believe that what I offer helps any and everybody who wants to be helped. I believe that. Okay. Chick-fil-A, and again, this is just the example that I'm giving. There is no knock. There's not a knock on Chick-fil-A being a cashier, and there's not a knock on anything else. Okay. This is just the example that I'm providing. The cashier at Chick-fil-A is also providing a service, right? There's a need for that as well. Okay. The second piece of that is your ability to do it. Okay. Your ability to be of service at Chick-fil-A is going to determine how much you earn, right? If you're a cashier versus you being a manager, there's a different level of service you're providing. So you get a different amount of income. Does that make sense? As a manifestation mentor, right? My ability to do my job, my ability to teach you guys, my ability to help you transform your life is directly proportionate with how I am able to transform my life. How I am able to take what I'm teaching you and use it and actually speak from experience. Okay. So you have the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and then the difficulty there is in replacing you. So let's talk about that. Again, not a knock on Chick-fil-A. Indeed, love that. Not a knock on Chick-fil-A. But if you are a cashier at Chick-fil-A, how replaceable would you say that job is? Someone who works at Chick-fil-A, is that a replaceable job? Can that person be replaced easily? Absolutely they can. And your income is tied to that. Whereas someone who is a manifestation mentor, right? There's less of us. There's less of us than there are cashiers, okay? But the point that's so important about that, right, is that I believe that I am irreplaceable. I believe it is really, really hard to replace me. I believe that what I have, my experience is who I am. I believe that I have so much value to provide to the world based on my experiences and who I learned from that I am difficult to replace. I believe that. Okay? So there's different ways, right? The law of compensation says the need for what you do, that's going to determine how much money you make. Your ability to do it, that's going to determine how much money you make, right? The difficulty there is in replacing you, that is going to determine how much money you make. So intellectual mind, that's where you figure out your new beliefs, right? And you figure out the feeling that you want to have with those. And then the last piece, the most important piece, and we have about 5 minutes left. The last piece of this is the embodiment piece. Okay? What I'm teaching you guys is not going to transform you unless you embody it. What does it mean to embody something? To embody means to move the mental piece, what you've created, these new beliefs, these feelings, to move it into the body and to act as if it is true. Okay? Embodiment means I'm going to take these new beliefs, I'm going to take these new feelings about myself, these new ideas, this new identity, and I'm going to bring it into my body through my actions. Mr. How do I sign up for the masterclass? I will, the link is in my bio, but follow me. I'll follow you back when I get off here, but the link is in my bio. If you click it, you should see the first option should say Believe in the End Manifestation Masterclass. So yeah, click that. You'll get the workbook so that you have that. And then of course you'll get notifications about our meeting tomorrow. But like I said, follow me so I can follow you back, and then DM me if you have any other questions. So when it comes to embodiment, right? When it comes to this final piece, which is the piece that really brings you close to that manifestation, that really gets you on track to it, okay? We have the new belief, okay? The new belief is I am powerful. Everything I want, I get. God always delivers, okay? That's the belief. So we have the belief. What we want to do now is we want to take inspired action on that belief. What does that mean? I am powerful. Everything I want, I get. God always delivers. So what is it that I want? Okay. So we're going to speak from experience, right? Okay, dope. I love the vibe. You're beautiful too. Thank you. So we're going to speak from experience, right? What I did, right? When I got into this material, like I said, a few weeks ago, I said, this is the time. I am ready to make my impact. I am ready to coach, teach, mentor by experience other individuals, moms, entrepreneurs, and mompreneurs that want to create their new reality. That's what I want. I want to create a program. I want to create content. I want to create for these people specifically. That was what I wanted. So the belief that I have is I am powerful. Everything I want, I get, and God always delivers. If I believe that to be true, how would I act? If I believed that I am powerful, everything I want, I get, and God always delivers. If I believe that to be true, how would I act? Somebody that wants to be a content creator, somebody that wants to be a content creator, there are certain actions that come with that. Maybe going live, maybe posting content, right? Confident, period. Somebody that is a content creator, they are confident. What does confidence mean? If they believe they're confident and they get the ability to go live, when I say they're going to take inspired action, they're going to get on that live in the feeling that this is working for them, that they are about to speak to somebody, they're going to tell their story, and somebody's going to resonate. That is an inspired action versus I am confident, but when it's time to go live, oh, well, my hair not done. Oh, I don't got no outfit. Oh, no one's going to get on there. Okay? So every time that you act, you are self-defining. What do I mean by that? Every action you take is defining yourself. It is defining who you believe yourself to be. Does that make sense? So if I'm a content creator and I'm saying I'm confident, but I don't want to hop on live, every time I create content, I just leave it in my back office because, I need the lighting and I need this and I haven't edited it. And then people are going to look at this. And then I actually had a little crust on the side of my face. If you have all of these excuses for why you're not going to take action, you have not embodied that new belief. You are still working with the old identity. Does that make sense? I've heard this before. Perfect. And the more that you hear it, the more it resonates, because you're going to be a different person every single time you hear this. Something that clicked for you today, right? You're going to hear it differently tomorrow. It's so much easier to say than do. Got to be better. Facts. But this can be an easy process. And that's what my purpose is to make transforming your beliefs an easy process. Let me ask you this. Which do you think is easier, to change your beliefs or to change your mind? When I say change your beliefs, it kind of sounds like, wow, I really got to dig deep and I got to figure out who I am. And then I got to do all these things to make it change, right? It sounds a little bit harder. Like, it sounds harder to change my beliefs. But when I say I'm changing my mind, right? You go into the gas station and you went in the gas station for a Coke. You wanted a crisp Coca-Cola. That's why you went in there. You go in there, they don't have any Coca-Cola, but they do have Sprite. You know what? You're right. I don't want a Coke. I want a Sprite. You see how you just changed your mind? Just eat, just quick. You didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to recite it 5 times. You didn't have to do. All you said was, I want a Coke, but I'll take a Sprite. Let's go with the Sprite. See how easy that is? You can do that with your beliefs as well. That's true. My mind is stubborn. It may appear to be, but that can also be a superpower for you. How can you see that as a superpower, right? When I hear the word stubborn, and I'm gonna wrap this up here briefly so we can end really quickly. But when I hear the word stubborn, because people used to tell me that I was stubborn too. When I hear the word stubborn, right, I hear the word persistent, right? When I hear the word stubborn, I hear the word standing on business, strong-willed. See how it has the same kind of idea. Stubborn has the same kind of idea as strong-willed, persistent, standing on business. I said what I said. That's what that means, right? When you're stubborn, you said what you said. That can be a superpower. We can shift that belief around my mind being stubborn in an instant. Okay. So that's what this manifestation process is about, right? I'm giving you guys every single step. If you want to manifest, let me say this. If you want to manifest intentionally, because you are always manifesting, you never not manifest. You are always manifesting. It is always happening. So my job is to teach you through experience how to manifest on purpose, how to manifest intentionally, how to manifest what you want versus what you don't want. Does that make sense? So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Okay. If you're on TikTok, drop them in the comments, send me a DM. If you're on YouTube, drop them in the comments, send me a DM. If you're on Zoom, drop them in the comments. If you're on any social media platforms and you have questions, please reach out to me. Okay. Last but not least, this is your homework for today. And we did a little bit of it while we were on the call, right? Your homework for today is to find or is to cultivate an inner sense of plenty. Okay. So today, when you go and you spend your money, when you go buy those groceries, you pay that bill, I want you to, 1, be in gratitude. Oh my God, I get to buy groceries today. I get to eat today. I get to keep my lights on today. I'm so grateful that I have lights, that I get to circulate this money because I know it's going to come back to me, right? Spend your money today in gratitude. If you were going to spend some money today, spend it in gratitude. If you weren't, go spend a little $2. Spend $1. You don't have to spend much, but something, okay? Spend your money today in gratitude. And the last thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to cultivate an inner sense of plenty. I want you to look around your house and find all of the money that you actually have, all of the abundance that you're living in. those cups in your cupboard, the plates, the tissue, the clothes, the shoes, the gas in your car, the water running in your faucet, the shower curtain, the clothes, the everything. Everything that is in your home, you paid money for. That is abundance. Whether you paid for it or somebody else paid for it. Whether you borrowed the money or you received the money. It is all abundance. Okay? So that the AC running, period. Baby girl got AC that runs. I live in Texas. I am so grateful for AC and that I get to pay my power bill every month. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to work on today. Gratitude when you spend your money today. Looking so good for starters. Thank you. Me too. The car you drive. Period. When you spend your money today, spend it in gratitude. Spend it in gratitude. I'm so grateful I get to spend this money. I get to get groceries in exchange for this money. I get to feed my family in exchange for this money. I'm so grateful I get to pay this bill today. I get to keep AC running in my house. I get to keep lights on in here. Simple shifts, very simple shifts. Like I told you guys, I'm not teaching you how to change your beliefs or your life in 6 months. We're changing it today. Okay. So that's what I want you guys to work on. What we're going to do here is we're going to end with a song. Now I'm on YouTube, so I'm not going to stream it on YouTube because who about to pay for that? Not me yet. I'm in process of being able to keep people's songs on my lives and pay them for their usage. I'm in process. But for now, we're going to end the YouTube stream, and I'm going to end it on TikTok too, because I'm not sure how TikTok goes with that. But the song that I want you guys to find, I want you to go to YouTube, go to Apple Music. The song is called Gratitude. Okay. Somebody put it in the comments for me. Gratitude by Londrelle. Okay. Londrelle, Londrelle. Okay. I want you to listen to that song right now. Do not do anything until you listen to that song. Okay. This is a part of getting in spirit. This is a part of seeing, right, the abundance that you live in. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to play the song on Zoom. Well, actually, I'll play it on Zoom for the people that are on Zoom. But everybody else, we will be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Whatever platform you're on, come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're going to dive right back in, okay? We're going to have Q&A, and we're going to have a very, 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 very special announcement towards the end. So make sure you stay. Make sure you bring your questions. Let me know how last night was or how you were able to use what I've told you today to change your beliefs today, okay? I want to hear about change. Thank you, Layla. I will follow you back. I want to hear about change tomorrow. I want you to tell me how shit changed for you. Okay. There we go. Gratitude by Londrelle. Make sure everybody sees that. That's the song you need to listen to right now. So as soon as you get off this live, go listen to that song. We want to keep the energy going. Okay. And then tomorrow, 11 a.m., we will be back. Okay. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, whichever platform you're on. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your questions, for your engagement. 2024 is up. I am so grateful and so excited to be a part of your journey. You are absolutely welcome. And then, okay, I don't know if you're following me, but follow me so I can follow you back. I love your engagement. Make sure you guys stay in gratitude. Like I said, listen to the song as soon as we get off. When you spend your money today, spend it in gratitude and look for the plenty of your life. Find things around you. I know you got stuff around your house. I know you do. That's plenty. That's how you're going to create the inner sense of plenty, even if you do not see the number in your bank account. Okay. I will be back tomorrow at 11. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm so grateful for all of you. Super excited for tomorrow. Super excited for our announcement. Follow me on socials. DM me if you have questions. But I will see you guys later. I'm going to go back to mommy real quick. But I love the energy. I love the engagement. Super excited. Listen to gratitude right now when you get off this live. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you want the actual link/ticket for this masterclass, it is free. Go to the link in my bio wherever you are. Go to the link in my bio, and then you'll see Believe in the End Manifestation Masterclass. It's free. Get your ticket so you can get the workbook. All right. I will see you guys later. Thank you all for your love and support. and practice your gratitude. Love it, love it, love it. Yes. All right. And then here, I'm going to